Good morning, friends. If it is morning where you are, morning where I am, welcome to another Brief 899 live stream. If you are indeed watching, joining. You find us here in a relatively sunny Dublin with enhanced skyscapes looking pretty good. And like I said in the description of last flight, I also need to video title. But we did make it to B-side. The only other route B-side is back to Malaga. Didn't fancy doing that. Make use of bad weather today, certainly in the London area. So what better than to do a short hop from Dublin, and somewhere where the weather is almost always bad is London Luton at I don't know how many, 600 odd feet above sea level. Oh look, I tell a lie, 526 feet above mean sea level. They always end up in a bit of a clag over there, and hopefully active sky and skyscapes be able to see that today. So here we are over on the Minus, as this is the updated scenery just from the gateway, not the posh stuff from Aerosoft, because I still think they haven't updated it. And you know, when taxiways change else, it's a bit tragic, to be honest. So don't buy that. You know, Dublin changed about a year ago, and quite frankly it's still wrong, which in my mind is quite simply not good enough. So don't buy Aerosoft. There we go. Unless of course they have updated it, in which case maybe do. So somebody else with company traffic has come to join us, and I didn't say apologies for my lateness, did I? But anyway, it's a little bit longer to get going than I anticipate, but I wanted to get going as quick as possible. Just too much time. So without further ado, let's jump into the jet. I've already loaded the passengers. I did that beforehand. Somebody on Facebook on the forums was having a bit of a mare with this. They were putting in their total payload, and then it randomizes it out, but they wanted the set number of passengers. Well, 2 passengers. We have got 108 passengers. Simply press that blue button to get P, and that will give you your 108 passengers, and then you add cargo to your heart's desire, giving us a nice rearward CG for fuel efficiency. But most importantly today, we need to look at fuel. Our alternate is Leeming, but I put a second alternate of Blackpool, which I might have to check. I didn't think Blackpool's runway was maximal, but then neither is Luton's. We've got a 5-minute contingency and trip fuel of just over 3 tons to Luton. An alternate of Leeming, which is 7 tons. That's slightly further than Blackpool for 39 minutes. Final 30-minute reserve of just over 1 ton, and then I've added an additional reserve today of 45 minutes, 1 tons, due to the fact that knowing that Luton, if we do need to do an auto land, it might be a bit sketchy, and I haven't done an auto land for a long time in Zibo, but not my capability to. Just talking about the smoothness. I don't want the airplane thumping down at Luton. So if it's looking, it's going to be that bad. Bug off, and I mean we can always go to stats at it. Oh, we've got loads of fuel. So our block fuel is 8060. Even with bad weather like that, you probably wouldn't take that much. But hey, it's VATSIM, and we know that the fun variables that can.
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
Because we've got quite a lot, let's just get that going. And let's start up the jet. Quick and dirty, not the full setup. Lights are already on. I'm going to cycle parking room. Good habit in any aeroplane you fly. We do lose over time if they are just a simple hydraulic lock rather than, but even cables can slacken off over time and break. 9 minutes to align. What controls called? So check the crossfeed. Open, dim, close, right, off, pumps are all off. Marked. Ignitor's right, diff pressure's 0. See what's open, pumps on, out. So power works. And that's an operational check, not just to check the bulbs, to check over the actual lights. I think these should all have 2 as well, so if one fails, but obviously it's a little bit dimmer, but it still captures your attention. You do need that redundancy in an aeroplane. Leave the APU bleed off. Ground condition there. I've got the isolation valve to water or open is fine for start. If you think about it logically, how do you tell if it valve is working unless you start it? So that may not be SOP. It makes sense in my brain, so I'm going to do it because I'm the boss. 526, so that's 550. In between, it dumps it all on adding, as I'm sure I've said before. Smart cars are running, step 2 is what we're on. The overhead done, knowing that the departures are best. The pressure we've got. Rig doing. There we go, and off. There we go. Right, so Dublin is actually online. 5. That's Shannon Sentinel, Dublin. South. Oh, that centre is also. I really want to.
Run under control, good morning, it's Ryan here, set Papa Mike's with you. Level of flight level 240 and towards Ablin, Boeing 737-800 information, Mike.
Radar 7, Papa Mike, Shannon control.
I am going to just turn that off for the moment. And what was I thinking about? Right, Volanta. So, and off SimBrief, it's an excellent tool, much better than that Project Fly junk. That's all I have to do, active flight. Picked up all the details. It's ideal, isn't it? Okay, as always, if you are watching, please give it a thumbs up and say hi. You have to subscribe to say hi, but hey, that's me bribing you. So 28 left, PESIT 5 Alpha departure, we think. Going south over the UK. Going into... So... do iPads, because I'm a rebel. No. SID, one right in front of my face. And all the junk. Other one. Loading now. Archer because it is a M2. Get to do that. Airport info, takeoff minimum, parking stand. Just in case I do need it for my guys, PESIT 5 Alpha. PESIT Alpha.
Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Okay, so this is probably a good one to talk about. You haven't seen this before. Both wing tanks are full. Very small amount in the centre. So the centre tanks are going to stay off until we're above 10,000 feet. Otherwise you get... We should use that possibly all in taxi. But less than, I think it's £1,000, 500 odd kilos. I'd have to check. So don't listen to me too much. Anyway, let's get the jet fired up. Correct engines, correct nav data, correct rating. You'd need to make sure that the FM's Delta Whiskey. Stand 122, and I'm just writing that down. Clearance, because that's quite important. Having it in your mind is better than going radio. Ski is going. us who he is. The route is relatively short, but anyway. Open it in. And the route there is correct. B. So PESIT 5 Alpha, well, we're going to wait to clear that is, but PESIT direct BAKUR next to Strumble, down near Haverfordwest, where I flew into. Go. Kappa 2 to BEDEK. Arrival. There he is. So we've got our fuel. Now 0 fuel weight. 53.5 is what we've got. 200 kilos heavier than estimated on the flight plan. Oh well, just like in reality, it's only a plan. We don't need to do plan fuel. The FMC reserves 2699, so I'm going to call that 2.7. I'm going to round it up to 2.8, and I'm going to round it up again to 2. Absolutely. Go. And 2.9 is 1500 in each, which on page. I end up using 4 landing stuff. Just as a we are 0, get unable. And back this way gives us our data, so top of climb. Oh, but it says cruise. No. Climb profile. So this goes in first. I mean, you'd think that they would update it to just say top of climb wind and then in cruise update. Never mind. My ISA is 5. Which sounds about right. That's a sensible. -5, that seems good. Anyway. Performance moment. Because we need to know what runway and stuff first. You should always check the that took a little bit of time to load up. And it's clearly missing data because top of climate stuff on there. So, get the ATIS.
Clouds. Few at 500 feet. Broken 700 feet. Temperature 7. Dew point 6 QNH 1035. Nozick. Advise on initial contact. You have information November. This is IDW information November. At time 1030 Zulu, expect ILS approach. Runway in use. Runway in use. Transition level 55. Wind 090 degrees 5 knots variable between 050 and 120 degrees. Visibility 5 kilometers clouds. Few at 500 feet. Broken 700 feet. Temperature 7. Dew point 6 QNH 1035. Nozick. Advise on initial contact. You have information November.
So, I think that was 5,000 and 7,000 on the clouds. Bring me a bit anyway. So we got that. Go down here, up. Go back on. Desk set up and ready. Just with
Air Canada 1744.
Air Canada 1744, you're still not showing up. Just confirm it is squawk mode Charlie.
Affirmative, just want to make sure we got the right code.
Squawk is 6613 for Air Canada 1744.
6613, got it.
Rider 7 Papa Mike, continue descent altitude 3,000 feet and expedite your descent please.
Then I'll shoot 3,000 feet, expedite descent, 3 Papa Mike.
Air Canada 1744, radar contact, continue.
Shanna, good morning. 7 Delta X-ray.
Liner 7 Delta X-ray, Shanna Control, good morning, pass your message.
Minus 7 Delta X-ray, 737-800, stand 122. It's Dublin, information November, QH10. Request departure clearance to Luton.
Liner 7 Delta X-ray, you are cleared to London Luton, off runway 28 left, PESIT 5 Alpha departure, flight level 90 initially, squawk is 6672.
Cleared to London Luton, runway 28 left, PESIT 5 Alpha, flight level 90, squawk 6672.
And Runner 7 Delta X-ray, all correct. Current information is November, QNH1035. Report ready for push and start, please.
QNH1035 will co Runner 7 Delta. Oh, got to read it back even though I've said it about 8 times. So, let's actually set it, shall we? 35, high pressure, temperature and dew point close together. Hence the condition. Fog, the dew point will be the same in London. No, 667.
Shannon Control, hello, this is Shamrock 9 Tango Alpha at stand 2 Romeo and Dock, requesting clearance to Gatwick.
Cleared. I haven't put it in yet. So,
Shamrock 9 Tango Alpha, good morning. You are cleared to London Gatwick off runway 08. After departure, fly runway heading, extended track center line, 5,000 feet initially, your squawk is 6627.
so
London Gatwick,
do that performance.
runway 08, climb runway heading, climb 5,000 feet, squawking 6627, Shamrock 9 Tango.
Shamrock 9 Tango Alpha, all correct. And the QNH knock 1035. Your push and start is approved at your own discretion. Call for taxi.
Copy the QNH and we'll report ready for taxi, Shamrock 9 Tango.
Rider 7 Papa Mike, left turn now direct Lapmo.
Left direct that, Lapno, right now, 7 Papa Mike.
Rider 818, correction, London is offline, your radar service terminated, frequency change is approved. Good morning.
So, how are we doing? Wait, 61.5? I will base the
Shamrock
performance
818,
on that.
Shamrock. 818 with you, Shamrock.
Shamrock 818, London is offline, your frequency change is approved. Unicom 122 decimal 8, good morning.
Unicom 122 decimal 8, good morning, Shamrock 818.
So dry runway, temperature 7, I'm just checking the data, calculate that. Map 1, that's interesting. It says optimum.
Canada 1744.
Force flight 5.
1744, Shannon, pass your message.
1744, can we get flight level 390 by any chance?
Canada 1744, 390 is approved.
Thank you.
Minimum flap is 13.
WestJet 4, Shannon checks you cross Dogal at time 1112 Zulu, flight level 360, Shanwick is offline. Your radar service is terminated, your frequency change is approved. Very good morning.
So, we are looking at a flat 5, 26k departure. Interesting.
Radar 7 Papa Mike at Lapo, cleared ILS 28 left, report established.
From Lapno, clear ILS, runway 28 left, right now, 7 Papa Mike.
We can't take an assumed temperature wind. Your wind. There's a 1 knot tailwind component. Really? I'm not. Okay, so there's a full power takeoff. 26k. E-rate, land for 61.5. Alright, well we're going to be pretty light and we're going to get off like a rocket. One close enough. So flap 5. See, that power makes a trim setting, because there will be a pitch up moment couple from the engines 130, 133, 144. That's enough now. So, yeah. No, 28 left. PESIT Peleg close. Hit 5 alpha. Because that's where we're off to. By the NDB. Done the M1 limit, done the departure, done the takeoff. Loads of fuel on arrival. There's our departure, Baldonnel. That's it. Great. So, 316. Both sides just in case. You really should have the ILS, and if we did need to use it and come back, we need the down the gun. The 28 left.
Sending control, run S3 Charlie Foxtrot with you, flight level 300.
Right there, 3 Charlie Foxtrot, channel control, hello, radar contact, expect ILS 28 left at Dublin, Ablin to Lima arrival, when ready, descend, flight level 240.
So that's our MSAs.
Expect ILS 28 left and descend 240 when ready, run S3 Charlie Foxtrot.
And Ryder 3 Charlie Foxtrot, just confirm the arrival, it's the Ablin to Lima arrival.
And then you can see
Ablin to Lima arrival, run S3 Charlie Foxtrot.
Just in case we need it. We are going to head straight ahead 278. And then it's a left turn. Now I'm going to tune 157 here. So it's going to be 278 initially. It's then going to be sorry, what was it? 157. VOR, NDB, VOR, NDB, set. Runway heading is 270. Oh. That's set. Archers planned, cleared, and ready. Time.
766, you're pushing start.
Let's get the APU started. It's first pump on. Sat down.
Right here, 7 Papa Mike, localizer established, runway 28 left.
Ryder 7 Papa Mike, thank you. You are clear to land, runway 28 left. The surface wind is 090 degrees, 5 knots.
Clear to land 28 left, right here, 7 Papa Mike.
Okay, so performance is done. One thing I didn't do because I wasn't in charts was so not going to fill all those in. Right, our acceleration height. Takeoff to 1750 is takeoff. Thrust reduction.
Ryder 3 Charlie Foxtrot, continue descent, flight level 120.
Acceleration is
Continue descend 120, run S3 Charlie Foxtrot.
so that's at least put in if we do. But manually, and it's in my brain as well. So be a little bit late for departure. Yeah. Row 2. 970, isn't it?
Control, good morning. Listen to level 47 Charlie, flight level 360.
Okay, let's get the cabin warming up.
Lufthansa Cargo 47 Charlie, Center Control, good morning. And just confirm you're currently smoking 2030.
Thanks, 2030.
Lufthansa Cargo 47 Charlie, thank you, radar contact. And expect the ILS 06 at Shannon. It's the
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing. Great news, Captain, your tow's coming.
Flight level 80 to be leveled by tipper.
Wait for the other guy anyway.
06, tipper 2 Echo arrival. We'll descend to level 60. And we'll be leveled by
didn't check.
47 Charlie here.
Lufthansa Cargo 47 Charlie, just confirm it's descend when ready, flight level 80.
Say again, last resolution, please.
So Lufthansa Cargo 47 Charlie, just confirm it is when you're ready, descend, flight level 80 to be leveled by tipper.
Further will descend when we're ready to flight level 80 and we'll be leveled by tipper. Lufthansa Cargo 47 Charlie.
Alright, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to
So
connect.
we're connected, we're online. We don't call up until we are ready to push. And I imagine that we're going to be facing west, but if he's taken the other one to release point Bravo, he could point us the other way. Just so that we could actually get out below behind rather than having to wait. So you see what I mean, you could push us this way, you could push us that way, might be a bit too close, you could push us this way, and we could all funnel off this way. In theory.
Rider 3 Charlie Foxtrot, descend, flight level 70.
Descend flight level 70, run F3 Charlie Foxtrot.
Now the frames. They're okay, if we need to go to performance we can do. But even when the car clouds load up, performance hit is nowhere near as bad as default was. Guess.
Air Canada 1744, Shannon checks you crossing Resno at time 1122, Zulu flight level 390. Shannon is offline, your radar services terminated, your frequency change is approved. Good morning.
So it's the only trouble when people don't be back or near him.
Air Canada 1744.
Sorry.
Bye-bye.
Oh yeah, set Papa Mike's getting 28 left, Sierra 5.
Runner 7, Papa Mike, welcome to Dublin. Taxi Sierra, Whiskey 1, and hold short 1634.
Sierra Whiskey 1 to hold short 1634, Ryanair, set Papa Mike.
That's Delta X-ray stand 122 at Dublin.
Ryanair 7, Delta X-ray, there appears to be an aircraft there, Ryanair Company 738 off to your right hand side that may be possibly blocking you. So if that is clear, then your push and start is approved.
Yeah, we visual with both those aircraft, so it's in and hit them, Ryanair 7 X-ray.
Perfect, Ryanair 7, Delta X-ray, push and start is approved.
Push is approved, Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray.
Center Control, Shamrock 763, check. Shamrock 766, taxi link 4, Foxtrots, Echo 1, hold short 28 left.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're on phone and tablet with the use for the whole duration of the flight in airplane off flight mode. If your device does not have airplane off flight mode, please switch off now and remain switched off for the whole duration of the flight. Thank you.
QNH 1035.
Okay, door is...
Right, S3 Charlie Foxtrot, descend 3000 feet, QNH 1035.
Close on.
Descend 3000, QNH 1035, run S3 Charlie Foxtrot.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Shannon Center, Rhino 155, make check.
Rhino 155, Shannon Control, good morning, readability 5.
And Shannon Rhino 102 is with you on the ground at Dublin.
Rhino 102, hello, you ready to copy your clearance?
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass benzene
Rhino
service.
102,
Go
you're
until
cleared
the
to London
parking brake and you're ready to go.
5 off departure, runway 28 left, fly level 90
Here comes the pushback. Light 'em up.
Your squawk is 6674.
Okay, running 102 is clear, landing Gatwick, departing 28 left on the PESIT 5.
I don't know why he's moving. He's going to go anywhere he's
Initially at 6674 on the squawk.
Rhino 102, your read back is correct, and I presume you're ready for taxi then.
I am indeed, yeah, I think there's somebody just about to push back in front of me.
Do a left.
Yes, Rhino 102 left, follow the Aer Lingus A320, Foxtrot, Echo 1, towards short 28 left.
Roger that, to follow the Aer Lingus, Foxtrot 1 for link 1 for 28 left.
That did work out well.
Shamrock 9, Tango Alpha.
So, Matty, Lima Tango November, that's the IATA code for the ICAO code.
Shamrock 9, Tango Alpha taxi, Airborne Alpha backtrack, and line up 08, report ready for departure.
Well, we hit the truck.
Taxi Alpha, backtrack,
can make
line
it
up
through
0 radio wind, and we'll report ready for
sounds
departure.
good.
Shamrock 9, Tango Alpha.
Right, S3 Charlie Foxtrot left, turn now direct to Lapmo. At Lapmo, cleared ILS 28 left, report established.
Direct that no and we're cleared island 28 left, run S3 Charlie Foxtrot.
Shannon Bravo, this is our from St. Animal 54320 inbound.
Work experienced boy on the tug again. Okay. Anyway, that one's stable. Start engine.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
91 Shannon, hello, and radar contact continue.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
So brake is set.
Super Papa Mike's approaching. Whiskey 1.
Ryder 7 Papa Mike, thank you. Taxi Hotel 1, give way to the company 738 once he passes from left to right. Taxi Foxtrot, stand 120.
Taxi Hotel 1 to give way to the 738 from left to right, and then Foxtrot to stand 120, Ryanair 7 Papa Mike.
Taxi 091, 57360 inbound.
Go. So, 2, 6, 3 stable engine.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Contact and continue.
Roger, Taxi 091.
Shamrock 766, you're nearly there. Just take the next
It
left
didn't it?
onto runway 1634.
Otherwise the engine would have
And
started.
hold short of 28 left.
Just wait to see the pin.
So we're cleared. Sorry, I'm with me.
Shamrock 766, take the left turn now onto runway 1634, and you can enter line up actually for 28 left.
Alright, we'll cross. Runway 24 and hold short.
A flap set.
Shannon 7, good morning, Ryanair 155, it's just going to send 126 and Surface Max 8, information November,
Correct.
requesting clearance to call through.
Engines on. Checked.
Runner 155, Shannon, hello, you're cleared
Gens
to
on,
go
no
through
lights.
decks in 1
AP
half for departure off runway 28 left. Fly level 90 initially, squawk 6601.
Repeat on hand. That's not when initially.
Dex 1
Take off
half
anyway.
departure.
Air conditioning console to leads on.
Zero
Nice.
initially and squawk 6601 for Ryanair 155.
Required 5 set. Lights.
Runner 155, all correct. Current information is Oscar, QNH now is 1035.
Stab trim.
Roger.
That's the wrong turn.
leave us to idle D10 flight controls. Check.
Shamrock
Taxi.
766, now you're on the right runway now, so runway 28 left, you are clear for takeoff, the surface wind 090 degrees, 6 knots. Good takeoff, Shamrock
7. 7 Delta X-ray stand 1. It's taxi.
Runway 7 Delta X-ray, once the company traffic passes from your left to right, the taxi link 4 and Foxtrot's Echo 1, hold short 28 left.
After the passing company traffic left to right, link 4, Foxtrot Echo 1. Clear left, clear right, company's out the way. Brakes off, configs checked. See how we get on with our nav VNAV for today.
Shannon Control, Lieutenant Cargo 47 Charlie. Can we have the transition level at Shannon?
Lufthansa Car
Yeah, he cleared us
47
link 4,
Charlie,
we
5
couldn't have
down.
made that.
Yes, thank you.
But nobody's at the gate. It's going to take Foxtrots. The end.
And Ryder 102, line up away for runway 28 left. Line up away 28 left to runway 102. Shamrock 766, report to pass altitude. Shamrock 766, thank you. Radar contact, continue climb, flight level 380.
Incline, flight level 380. Right now, 3 Charlie Foxtrot is established, let's do it left.
Runway 3 Charlie Foxtrot, thank you. Continue your approach. You are number 1.
So we're not going to
Continue
rush.
approach number 1, right now, 3 Charlie Foxtrot.
Shamrock 9 Tango Alpha ready for departure. Shamrock 9 Tango Alpha, runway 08, you are cleared for takeoff. The surface wind is 110 degrees, 6 knots. Good for takeoff, Shamrock 9 Tango Alpha.
Oh, wrong.
And runway 102, runway 28 left, you are cleared for takeoff. The surface wind is 090 degrees, 6 knots.
Need to get going.
Clear takeoff, 28 left, runway.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Shannon Center, runway 155 is ready for pushing start. Runway 155, contact Dublin Tower now, 118.16. 186, runway 155. Runway 3 Charlie Foxtrot, you're number 1, 1 ahead to depart, contact the tower now, 118.16, bye-bye.
118.6, right now, 3 Charlie Foxtrot, away.
I'll switch to tower as well, Rhino 7 Delta X.
Fairminer 7 Delta X-ray, please, 118.16.
Which is
Control and push west, runway 155.
Dublin Tower, right now, 3 Charlie Foxtrot is established, let's 28 left, down by 5 miles.
Right now, 3 Charlie Foxtrot, clear to land, 28 left, winds 090 at 6 knots.
Clear to land, runway 28
so
left,
it's
right
already
now, 3
cleared
Charlie
anyway and
Foxtrot.
get us going. I'm fine, thanks, Captain. Maddie, I had my booster yesterday, so I forgot. Bad. Rhino 7 Delta X-ray, hold 01.
Right, 7 Delta X-ray, after the arriving company 737-800, line up and wait behind, 28 left.
After the company landing 737, line up and wait. Behind. clearance. Pop the lights on because we have been cleared. That might be a bit distracting at night. I'm going to set that so do it. Cleared.
Ryanair 102, if you haven't already, you can contact Channel Control now 131.150.
Him. And you just switch over to center without being told. I forget where. So, quick double check, flap 5, off, close, certainly not dead. Cabin is secure, with line up only. And it does sound silly, repeating I'm doing it on the street, but like even solo in a real aeroplane, it just reinforces. Rush.
Approaching 28 left. Approaching runways.
Oh, because we are on the ground, aren't we? Correct. So I'm going to set the parking brake to
Ryanair 3 Charlie Foxtrot, okay, room into it.
Ryanair 3 Charlie Foxtrot, taxi right
On runway 28 left.
Runway 16.
Right on Sierra, then Whiskey 1, hold short 16, and 34, Ryanair 3 Charlie Foxtrot.
Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray, clear takeoff 28 left, winds 0906 knots after departure. You can contact Unicom 122.8.
clear takeoff and after departure Unicom. Thanks for the service. See you again soon. X-ray, bye.
Have a good one.
It's 40%, so power, VATSIM, time. 3-4 by the time we get airborne. Now the wind is variable, so fine. Lots of rudder in. 80 knots. Heck. Speed there equals 80, which is 80. V1, the hat comes off.
V1, rotate. Positive grade.
You're up. The flight director. You can see the airplane bouncing around there.
400.
As we were on the flight director in. Reaching up to maintain.
1000.
Free Charlie Foxtrot, do you have a preference for stuff this afternoon, this morning?
Not really, we can go in 124 if you like.
Ryanair 3 Charlie Foxtrot, yeah, that's fine. Just continue Sierra and hold on Whiskey 1 for now.
Continue on Sierra, then hold Whiskey 1 there, Ryanair 3 Charlie Foxtrot.
That's 3250, 3000 feet above ground level. Give or take. The airplane should start accelerating. You go there. It hasn't bugged up, it's bugged 230. It's essentially the same thing. Accelerating above the carrot. Carrot was that little white mark. Get what it is. And as we pass flap 1, flap up. And passing flap up. Check. BEDEK flaps up, no lights. VNAV takes care of that for us. We'll brake off. Gear up and off. Start switching. On bumpy, you can let the crew out. We're about to do a turn, so not just yet. See the diff pressure is starting to increase, so the aeroplane is pressurising. Check that. There you go, and you can see the climbing on 0, nobody on. So, set 330. There you go. Tight turn. Necessarily tight as well to roll out on there. I think I didn't let the good mist effects. Clouds look pretty good. I know it's not perfect, and I know a lot of people don't really like these clouds. But it's a hell of a lot better. Brilliant. You know, it might still take 10 frames, but at least you can optimize 10 frames rather than I used to get 50 on the ground down to the 20s in heavy weather. Anyway, we've smoothed out now, we're intercepting. Error check, I'm sure I've mentioned that. So passing 10, go the aeroplane, sped itself. So lights can come on. The aeroplane is pressurising. Cabin is at 2, clearly we're at 10. 10. Motors can come out. Checked. Second. Observation. Make notes up of those. On. That's the sort of volumetric, the most realistic, but that's volumetric effect. You don't get default stuff. Is the GPU working or not? Say it's spiking, and there's the fuel core. The halo that you get around the sun, that's relative. Darker on the left, clearer on the right. For $15, it's pretty good. It's just crazy. Got the higher number, so it's ticking slightly, but it's keeping up with the CPU, so it's a happy balance. It's 0. 150 keys. London, Bristol, Manchester, Edinburgh approach. That's cool. I haven't noticed that before. The sun ballooning like that is very good. If that doesn't make you want to get it, I don't know. Like I say, I'm sure people say it's a bit culty. Perfect. Well, maybe if you've got a monster GPU, you can right up to the max. Hey, be darn good. Even that confident. And it was good on it. And now, a little bit more climb performance. Should do in theory. Sap in the bleed air. runways. He's going the same way as well. He's going to cap. Oh. That scope. iOS. Yeah, he's on to Gatwick. There's 200, so another 10 check, make sure we die. 6 point happiness of see that. Lower numbers, this comes up higher numbers. Go into the yellow band, cabin go. Climb goes ding off the chart. Strumble. Right, EGFA. I don't know what that is. Okay, Golf Foxtrot Echo. It's Haverford West where I went, so Fishguard and the BOR are over here. Nice little trip in. And then the distance between those two is about half an hour. Like, goes to show how much quicker it is. In and there. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's the ish in maybe it is just about landable on Earth shall. Shut my mouth. So, apart from the fact that it's four-door barracks, so the Pongos live there now, there are two very long runways there, and assuming that they don't drive all over, park tanks all over, you could use those have data. So even though it's closed, arguably stuff the aeroplane down there if you glider type stuff. The expected arrival in. Hello. Interesting. Shame about those transitions. There it's down. No, I just pushed it. Gatwick, Edinburgh. That's it. So, I didn't check it was 330 once, twice, because it does. So, arrival. That's runway agnostic, it doesn't matter. When it takes Buster Laurel, it's the same as getting into Stansted. A little bit closer, expecting. And on I have DME, EMS arrival, the nav aids. Arc is on, a lot of these are being decommissioned, so they're on there. Using some backup. That's nice. heavier than us, but they're carrying a lot of fuel. It's on runway for a while, so. Not real weather? You need real weather to that's it. Okay, so BEDEK email check. Yes, easier. So we're going to step down. It's pretty inefficient, the London TMA. See if we can get that out. Because in reality, traffic online certainly make it. Not that it matters, but we have. We've planned the flight plan takes that inefficiency. Plan for a flat 4 in Luton. It's 300, back angle to 10. Going, intro, open place. And again, there you go, diffs at 7.6, cabins at platform. Ready? And check happy days. There you go, only 15 minutes since takeoff. 6 minutes below us. Doing wrong. NDB, EUS. Shoot now. Check the note times on the AIP subs, guys. See if that is in fact. Yes, because I mean that's where the MSA's off. It's 25 miles
Fast we go.
around Luton. The MSA is entirely to the southeast. Best is 200. So you could put those in. So if I put LUT, that sounds about right. 280, 200 miles, and if I put distance, that then gives us our MSAs. Keeping find the ILS, so assuming don't have 8 625 09 is the ILS. I don't think it's cloud. 55 E. So Cat 1 is 200, an RVR of 500. Now, if it's below 1500 meters, these performs as well. You can't see the airport environment. That doesn't mean that you need to do a water land. What we are going to do is go in case we need it. The ceiling is pretty close to 200. We can do a Cat 3 Alpha, mission height 50, which is obviously 50 rate, and an RVR of 200 meters, Ryanair Conquer. yards. Also, the vertical visibility is obscured, which means it's solid fog. So, need to do a Cat 3 alpha. Other than that, temperature is 3. The dew point is 3. It's 103. Close over. So 1120 Zulu. How we get down from 7? And Laurel. No way is that gonna. And so delete that restriction out. Six, 3. There's Wales, all the valleys. That's it. Oh, some clouds. Yeah, that's the harbour. Should be able to see. Yeah. That's Haverford West. Little place as well. Well worth a visit. Cafe. And that is. Taxiway down there. Fuel pumps over here. Bit of parking over there. Yeah, that looks good. And difficult to see in the perks. There's lots of anyway, have a look at both things. Pretty impressive. Anyway, you can see lots of disused airfields around Wales. Coastal. So I'm going to set 180. Definitely need to stop down there. Attention to our flight. So 1120 Zulu. It's an automatic 010 at 5 degrees. Meters. 07. Good. 4. So 0, actually 7, 60 degrees off, gives us all crosswind, effectively. Only 5 knots. Do they have a preferential run? Luton. Abatement, run up tests. Restriction 8. Runway 23. You need to be approved, obviously. I'm on vacated Charlie 07. Vacated 1. So that reduces. So from Alpha, if I'm 70 to 71, that's okay. That's 075, 55 degree. So, ILS approach 6,000. Next to the NDB. That's what we equipment now. Catering. It matters. Marvel. Newton of 4. Relatively couple of change. Six. Speed approaches. 50. No, no. So 7.5. The other side. Not very often. So the airplane will descend and leave itself. It's just me resetting. And what are we going to do? Oral? Yes. No. Really? I want to be flat 1. So, relatively happy with that actually. Let's back in. Give us a little bit of so far, double check the fuels. 56. I have flat 40. On his lower deck angle, not on his. So 07. Like not crosswind, like I say, it is all crosswind. Take away that, you get that, but good estimate. Temperatures, degrees. Good density altitude. Means 6 at about fuel. 7, we said 771, so actually break 3 because 1.9 is for me. Selected. Yep. Just 1,000 foot consumption across at 50. Still nothing fine. Toilet break. Back in here. Be descending. Okay, well, happy days. Descending. Just update the weather, just check. Where did I just type that? So 1150 Zulu now, 3605. Variable between 3. Oh, 150. Okay, we may have to actually end. Oh. Better. Should I check that now? 60. Let's just check this. reduced the headwind, so it's going to by nothing. So I think I end up needing to hold. But of course, in reality, there are more frequent updates. And I'd have to double check all the rules with hot NCO, etc. As always, if anyone else has joined, a few people have jumped in, say hi. So still nothing on VATSIM. So the TMAs is, I don't know, there's 15 other airplanes dotted around. Should be a Concorde going past out to our left. Us, how many miles away is that? 10 miles out to the left. To see it, because we should be able to see that the model should match. Specks of dust on my screen that I keep something. Shame. Well, somebody's driving a Concorde over there. Well, no. Somebody having a good day. So we're going to be 180 at BEDEK. And pop those fix rings on. So interesting. Biggest two of these. Let's use that and compare. So, 5 mile ring because of the IMC. 10 mile ring. Should do us. Oh, really? That's not the weather I was expecting. Are we overhead? Probably uphaven actually. No. Lynch Common. That's Boscombe. Netherhaven. Dr. Juliet is uphaven. Going to it.
1,000 to go.
BEDEK, there's BEDEK. Pointing out to our left, that's why Concorde was going that way. DIM keeps everyone separate, so maybe it isn't that foggy out over Boscombe Way. 030, skirt us around and through the TMA. Right out here. That looks to me like the M4 and the A34. Services, reservices. Nose roads a few times. Well, at this rate, it's not going to be much of an interesting arrival, is it? Some broken cav OK. Broken as in the sense that. So Shannon's online, Gatwick, approach, approach. Anything else? So that's picking up. So active sky, I think, potentially. Now it's clear below 20,000. I wonder if that's me. The issue with weather generation in X-Plane is it picks up the METAR for where you are, and it projects the same thing throughout the whole sky, rather than providing difference at select points. I think that's how it works, and that's why you get these weather transitions all the time. No. So I'm looking at live NOTAM. They're all solid IMC. So I have no idea where that's coming from. The whole of the south of England is IMC. Moscow. The whole of England is solid IMC, and the north of France. So, for an active sky, that is wrong. No idea where it's got that from. Spoils the challenge and the realism a little bit. Anyway, we can look at the view for a bit. Maybe dropping down to. So 70. Oh, I didn't put the set forecast in, did I? That's what happens when you're rusty. You do forget things. A conversation yesterday. That lack of currency. Oh well, I forgot the 7 forecast winds. Nobody's going to die, are they? Now either. That looks like Swindon to me. With these bits. Should make Fairford and Rise over here. It is Swindon. Swindon did have an airfield. I could be talking junk. Yes. What else is it going to be? Absolute rubbish. Anyway, that's looking a bit more realistic. Here we go.
Evo traffic speed at 13 Golf Mark 09 right Compton 5 Juliet. So traffic 9032 lining up 09 right 01.
And imagine Unicom was exactly what Las Vegas was like during lockdown. So, that last updated. So the METAR at Luton was 1150. Any luck, we'll get another one in a couple of minutes. And maybe it will be legal. You can see Heathrow, the lights shining through there. And I don't know what that's going on there with those shadows is, but this is looking more like it.
Heathrow traffic, just be advised, 09 right has a static aircraft about 50 feet above the middle of the runway, spectated. I've already walloped him. Good stuff.
Ah, VATSIM, the joys. Stay away from Heathrow on VATSIM. It's chaos with all the noobs and kids that have got soft flight sim. Oh, it's going to be worse after Christmas, surely. Xbox players all over the shore. I don't even know if they can.
Heathrow traffic, Zibo Conference 32 departure 09 right. Brookland Park 6 Jubilee departure. Heathrow traffic, Skybird 201 landing at 09 right.
Oh, Heathrow ground is on. Echo Golf Papa at Liverpool. Charles de Gaulle, Arran approach, Gatwick approach, Bristol approach. The Germans. Shannon's just come back on. So I'm actually going to take us down to. We'll go to the Luton NDB. See if the wind got it. It's still at 150, so still technically illegal. As far as I'm aware for Ryanair anyway. So Virtual Ryanair have their own little view of the ops manual, which I'm pretty sure some guys from Ryanair have been into. Their RVR is 200. Check.
Traffic Skipper 21 departing 09 right.
So, say got SRAs, etc. Single channel or manual? No. Bloody
Skipper 304 landing up 9 right out to departing 777.
So, approved to 200 meters and 50 feet RA. With minimum requirements midpoint 125 and stop ends. Must be 45 meter or greater. Cleared 30. It's a standard run. 46 meters. Look, all these tiny little things you got to check. Crosswind limits. We definitely have to worry because light, otherwise there wouldn't be any fog fun. Qualified aircraft, qualified ILS, qualified rubber. Let's check all those. Out to drop in a minute, aren't we? Chris error check. So yeah, 200 ER, which is not being reported. So 150 meters is the actual visibility to see an object. The RVR is probably going to be higher than that. Because of course the RVR includes the runway lighting, so they obviously just as well, which is good.
traffic speedbird 304, taking off.
There's the Luton NDB, and you can see the MSA ring that I put on there.
Traffic 07 Delta Tango, lining up 0 departing traffic.
So, if it stays 150, guess we're blagging, because the RVR is probably 200. Come on. Measure it. Is that climbing in front of us? .032. Shouldn't be going that way. Anyway, there's the aeroplane. Retard arming. Don't forget, look at those every time they change. Set, radio's tuned. So, set. Just check the radio, 7010. 75 both sides. This is 4DME at 1840. 50 feet. RA. Cat 3A. It's just a straight ahead. With the parallel joint back to the hole and the B. Which again, I'm not sure. Maybe service. I'm sure I've seen something about that. Anyway, the fog looks pretty good. Done enhanced skyscapes. Right, let's double check the weather, see if it's got any better. This could be faster, could get worse. VATSIM playing up. Right, still 11:50. I would have thought they would have reissued it by now. 13 minutes. We've got TCAS. So buddy mine's just said that in reality you'd get vectored rather than do full arrival. And I've said some not disparaging, not entirely untrue, but disparaging things about the average VATSIM user. Like I say, don't. First simulator flight, when you're 10 and 11, everyone wants to go to Heathrow then. And they do. And it's chaos. Face palming. So, checking the ident for the ILS. With variable winds, sometimes in the sim watch out, it may switch round. But the variability was 330. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the downwind ILSs on because I don't want it to potentially swing round and then turn the ILS off coming in. So if 360 is there, 330, if it does swing round that far, could off in X-plane. In reality, of course, there would only be one on whichever runway that they're using. They're switching the tower and it just turns that end on. So if we have to recycle, we will. If it causes problems, you can easily check that to turn it off. I just don't want it to spook us halfway through the approach. Anyway, there's the airplane slowing down nice and gradually. A bit early to be. No, we might be a bit high. Anyway, we've got that whole procedure. I know I've taken out those legs, but if we think we are a little bit too high, we still should meet at 6. So we've got enough track miles at 6,000 feet to descend down. And I have to keep looking over onto my second. Slowing quite happily. Base from Buzzard, that does kind of make sense, doesn't it? And I'm sure they're probably too busy to have everyone doing the procedure of arrival. But hey, it's uncontrolled. Although it'll be sod's law that somebody will. Come on. Yeah, still at 50 Zulu. Anyway, that's on. But he's on early. It's because it's the sim and we can. But pop the lights on early. Birds on silence, friends. Still our cockpit time.
Stand the traffic going to 7 Foxtrot Mike, establish ILS from 04, 9 miles.
Traffic run S7 Delta X-ray, passing overhead Buster. Level 103, descending 6,000 feet. Set that early. A little bit of speed brake because that's just taken us off the profile. Dive to get back down now. There you go, that's taking care of it. Max 220, so happy days. Of course, we will need anti-ice. 3 degrees. Fog. That looks pretty good. Whiteout blanket. So, runway. See that we're picking up the ILS from the opposite end. It's just that quirk of X-plane. Pick it up in this sector here. I disable it and then recycle it. And that's weird, it still does it. Indeed. I tell you what, right. I'm going to do that, and then if it does go a bit peaked on, let's go around. Hasn't been updated yet. that's looking quite good. With the little patches, ground through it, the ortho looks pretty realistic. Call out traffic information, but it's a bit irrelevant when you see everyone on TCAS. And the fact that no one's going to die. We can't even collide. Possible. GMA. So.
1,000 to go.
Duxford and Falmere. I should know, didn't I? Falmere. Yes, EGSU, EGMA, so we went right over the top of Falmere. Enlow over here, Old Warden. What's that? Drag required. Oh, thanks. No. Second. Encourage the airplane to slow down. And we'll get flap one selected into the fix. So it's a step down to 3,000. I can see the lights. Of course, remember you can. The slant visibility through fog can be great, and it can be almost clear, and then you get into it. Can't see a damn thing.
First Charlie 107 Foxtrot Mike going around.
Yeah. So, yeah, METAR hasn't been updated. It's still 150. Now, so I'm going to take flap 1. Switch over to something a little bit more manual in a second. What? Anyway, there's the runway, there's the lights. Now we are picking up the correct ILS. Yes, okay, that does make sense. 8.7 DME, the wrong side. Something up over above us, which is fine. We configured a little bit early there. So we've got 3 set. Speeds matched. Yeah, no, same. Performance, that's not going to change with light winds. End of descent point. Oh, well that'll be why. Nobody spotted my deliberate error. Does it matter? Probably shouldn't have done that, should I? Whoops. So, there. No, we don't want to do that. What a disaster. So I thought I couldn't select that, but I can. So we're in CWSP, so let's go out hold. VS. MCP speed, don't have VS, fine. Oh, what a disaster. I like these patches, it's quite cool. So the airplane should be able to manage that 500 quite nicely. I'm going to go out and round. Go down to 2. have twigged but wasn't paying attention. Flap 5. Help with the descent. As we've actually got quite a tailwind. Good traffic. Run SF Delta X-ray. Beacon outbound. Let's see. Altitude 4,800. 1,000. And this is looking pretty good. Patches of fog.
Sense traffic minus 7 Foxtrot Mike's on base leg ILS from 804 for attempt 2.
Like time lucky.
Can't see a thing out here.
So, runways identified. Oh dear me, we've got to loop round. A little bit high. There we are, there's the procedure turn. Let's see how the mod flies it, shall we? So this bumpiness, this is all coming, I think, from variable winds. And I'm sure I mentioned it before, it's very good. This is really good though.
Traffic, Aeroflot 257.
These patches of fog.
30 miles, ILS 09 left, E-freight.
0. Pretty impressive. So we look like we're significantly above profile. So 030 turn. Just go level change. Much difference. Let's try and CDA the approach as best as possible.
2,500.
Actually, there's a ghost point. So, let's come back to that 800 and see how we get on. 500 actually, just because I think
1,000 to go.
That's a radio check 325.
catching it quite nicely. Loop traffic run SF Delta X-ray, base turn, runway 7, 10 mile. Oh, 1220, still 150. Oh, gusts. 0, 7, gust 17.
For traffic, Aeroflot 2578, turning base 09 left.
Gusts in fog. Odd. Anyway, still 1034. Set both sides. Back to 300, I was getting ahead of myself there. This is really good. Very impressed with these, the terrain popping out of the fog. So we're still at 10 miles, dragging the aeroplane round. But looks like it's coming around nicely. And the missed approach straight ahead to hold at 3. meant to be at 2 for the whole procedure turn. Yeah, got carried away. Could have done that a bit better. Never mind, nobody's dying despite my horrific planning mistakes. Dragging the aeroplane round from here, close to terrain that's disappearing into cumulo granite. So we saw the lights earlier, seeing them now. And it's definitely those gusts that are making this look like turbulent. Like I've said before, it really isn't. It is bouncy as this.
Traffic speed at 2604 is lining up 09 right.
Frame rate's doing, but still 30 frames, still good.
20.
Terrain closure rate there. So gear down flap 15 at 5 miles. Good traffic run S7 Delta X-ray final, runway 07, 6.5 miles.
Airport 2578 09 left. Eagle traffic speedbird 2644 is taking off 09 right.
So, glide slope alive. Good for the approach. Out hold. Set 3. Anticipating capture. Out flap 15, match speed, speed brake arm, set. See the runway lights anyway.
Traffic 677 stand 9, pushing back facing west for runway 4 departure.
Checked. Roll out, flare armed. Told people we're here. Get ourselves to land. Just about see the lights through that.
1,000.
Oh, we're going to be a little bit unstable. Should have held at 25.
Flaps. Flaps.
It's a little bit messy. Technically, that would go around. Configured. 1,000 feet. So doing it at 500.
08.
So how often do we get conditions like this? Just watch it, hand on the button. I can see the runway, I can see the tower poking out the top. Oh. At terrain code, that rate of descent kicked into the unstable category. I just want to see how the mod handles an Ortho there.
300.
That is not helping.
200. 100. 100.
It might be a thump.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Boing. Bad. Did the airplane brake? Ooh, dunno.
80 knots.
Hey, and you're braking. the left. Pretty bad. It was just me adding power, so speed brakes have stowed. Somebody's on the ground here. But that wasn't pleasant. Probably should have gone around. With the visual references, in fairness, I'm cancelling.
Apologies there, Ryanair Jet. My tug was being a bit rude.
Airplane don't look broke.
I couldn't even see you with all the fog.
Should have cancelled itself, shouldn't it? The traffic Ryanair 7 Delta X-ray vacated. Brake stowed. Come off. Scan the lights.
South traffic easy 677 will be taxiing to runway 4 via Alpha Juliet, a hotel for holding point hotel 1.
Don't do it that way. No problem. Well, we made it. Airplane isn't broken, although that wasn't. I was tempted to hit the button. Anyway, we're going to park. Running big stands 1 to 4. So we'll follow Alpha all the way down. So, what did Valanta mark that as? Oh, I guess it doesn't. Those smart cars. That's 600 feet per minute. Oh. Now, does the real one do it? Better, I hope. Visibility looks a bit more than 50 meters, to be honest. So all the lights are on. I mean, it is pretty good. At least you get a sort of blending. Like I say, I think pretty good depiction. And I really liked some of the patchiness of the fog. So, who's here at Loop? Number 1. So, we're going to follow Alpha. Go up Bravo 7. Let's get the APU on. Forget this is all freeware scenery. Somebody has taken the time to create this, well, to make it better than just a stock bit of autogen. They've clearly done a bad job. This guy's gonna have to wait, isn't he? Oh look, he's not even gonna stop. Okay. Really? Oh, interesting. And he's not there. Mark up. Yes. Good drift start. One died. And I guess we'll take one of these. So no docking guidance, so I do have to look outside and cheat. Incredibly difficult to make the peripheral vision. Like that'll do us. Rig set. Use on. So, got two blues. Red. Dead on stand, hour and a half after we left Dublin. As Valanta saying, let's end the flight in a moment. Move 20% into if we'll turn the beacon off.
Status traffic easy 677 taking off runway 4 on the Nugbo Sierra departure.
Bingo, there we go. Escalation off, the punters out. Ground power. You off. Welcome to Luton if you've still got your teeth. I might watch the replay of that in a minute. Open the door. Shocks. We are. Flight log filed. Disconnect from VATSIM so we can play. Hopefully, cones will disappear. But, you know, that's the level of modelling that goes into this. The airport is relatively generic, but somebody's put a lot of work into it. Somebody's probably been to Luton. I've never flown out of Luton. So, let's shut that. Like, they're probably linked to the chocks, aren't they? And let's watch the replay. It was pretty horrific from the side. So, there's the replay. There's us on the runway. Go about here. Backwards. None of the enunciators will be correct. Touchdown here somewhere. Barely see anything. Ooh, duff. That was bad. Before we've handled what my students. Some panics like that. See that it's just the terrain closure there. So up there is quite well modelled. No flare, just gong. There's some more drifting. I think I'm going to have to fly again later today. Well, hey, hopefully it's foggy tomorrow and we can go somewhere that's a bit better. Quite well modelled. And of course, if we do this, that's even better, isn't it? I like how the slant visibility is modelled, so you can see that the visibility increases as you do that, and then decreases the further down you get, which is, I think, pretty cool. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't particularly enjoy that landing, but hey, I wasn't flying it. I finished work for the year, so should be some more streams, hopefully this week, if not another one today. I prefer to fly in the daylight hours. But like I say, thanks for watching. Take care, look after yourselves, and until next time, bye for now.